We're at Harrow tonight for this game between Chipstead and Carshalton Athletic, and although 10 places separate these two teams, nothing can be taken for granted in this league. Welcome to Matchday 10. Last season, Chipstead won both of these encounters, but they've not been in the best of forms in the last few games. Without a win in 3, Carshalton Athletic come into this having won 2 of their last 3 games and drawn the other one. It's going to be exciting tonight. So the teams make their way out this evening for this game in Bostik Division One South. Chipstead against Carshalton Athletic. A fascinating encounter. 10 places separating these two teams, but Chipstead winning both the games last season, and Carshalton Athletic one of the early favourites in this division, even before a ball was kicked, and rightly so, Mick Sullivan.
They look ambitious now, as Peter O'Denny's obviously gone out and got a few quality players in this season, hence why they're up there. James Cummins joins us tonight. James, you've done your research on both these teams and looking forward to the game.
Both these sides have a bit of a punch to both of them. In particular, both Sam Bell for the home side, 7 goals this season. Also, Mikel Miller as well for the away side in Carshalton, 7 goals for him too. Also, another player to look out for is Alan Tate, very much experienced striker for Chipstead, 36-year-old. He's got plenty of knowledge and know-how in this league. Carshalton will be a difficult test for Chipstead tonight. They are the league's form team so far, and Chipstead way down in 15th in the form league.
Yeah, form team over the last few games, Carshalton Athletic, and they'd expect to be right up there at the end of the season. We commented when we came in, Mick, this is a really small pitch.
It is, which will actually help Chipstead. They'll be able to get amongst Carshalton very quick and easy. So it will stop. It might muffle Carshalton's style of play, which is pass and move.
Yeah, and already we can see that style of play in action as Jelly has the ball. A nice passage of play from the visitors, and indeed they do keep the ball and very patient with it, not afraid to come back. We've seen that already in this game inside the first few minutes. And they've got possession at the moment, driving into the Chipstead half. How much of this will we see throughout the 90 minutes? Again, patient build-up, flicked into the edge of the area. This will be a fantastic goal if they can score. Can they finish it off? They do finish it off! What a fantastic goal that is to start the game. Precision in their passing build-up. They weren't afraid to go back. They went all the way back to the halfway line. Must have been 10 or 12 passes that moved. Eventually played into the edge of the area. A lovely ball through and a delightful finish into the bottom corner. And Carshalton Athletic take the lead inside 3 minutes.
Sublime football. What a great passing move style there, and he picked the corner. Great finish when he had one-on-one with the keeper. Yeah, great play by Carshalton Football Club there.
It's absolutely fantastic work there from Carshalton Athletic, and it's a great finish there from Joshua Phillips. This was always going to be a very, very difficult game for the away side, and with a sublime goal like that, that's just going to take a lot of the pressure off from the away side, Ben. Great goal.
Find the pass rather than kick it out. And it's now with Miller. What can he do on the edge of the 18-yard box? Miller looks to take on his man. Eventually it'll fall back to Jelly. Jelly all the way back to Adenyai, the manager. It's our first watch of Carshalton, and this is terrific stuff to watch.
If you notice, Ben, they're quite happy hit a long pass there, 30 or 40 yards to find their wingers.
And that was some control as well from Jelly. And they say the game now is about passes, but it's about long passes and short passes, and there's not really a team that hoofs it up the pitch, if you like. It's all about the long pass, I'm told, Mick. And certainly Carshalton Athletic are able to mix that up tonight.
An old manager of mine told me a long pass is the best way to describe it.
And again, Carshalton come forward, and they've got a man over here if they can switch it to the far side. They do, into the 18-yard box. What can they do? Turn of pace, well defended in the end, and it was Warren that put the ball out for Chipstead. Wonderful 8 minutes of football from the visitors. And I think many in the ground were wondering if Chipstead were going to see any of the ball tonight after that first 8 minutes, but they're into the 18-yard box now. What can they do? It's O'Flaherty again who looks to twist and turn and find a teammate. Good bit of spell this for Chipstead. Can they get back into the game? Ball across the box, and it was too high in the end. Needed to be along the floor. There were a couple of green and white players in there, and they want to get back into the rhythm that they had in the first 8 minutes of the game, Carshalton, because it was good on the eye, and even the keeper again, Mick, just joining in with that passing move. You'd have been a bit nervous if you were managing them.
I would, but I know how Peter will want them to play. He played with us for 2 seasons at Merston Football Club and got us up. He's a fantastic leader and player.
A long pass. It was on here on this near side. It was just intercepted in the end by O'Flaherty. He's seen a lot of the ball, O'Flaherty, on this side, and he plays a lovely ball in towards Leigh-Liddell, who can run into the box. This could be the equaliser. Leigh-Liddell all the way across. It is the equaliser! And Chipstead are back in the game. It was a brilliant ball from O'Flaherty down the wing, and Leigh-Liddell run onto it, crossed it across into the 6-yard area, and it was a really neat finish. And Chipstead back into this game.
Yeah, great move by Chipstead. That was a great wing play by that Chris O'Flaherty down there. He's an experienced player, mate, and he's got a cracking left foot. And well done to Chipstead. That was a good goal.
Yeah, for all the possession of Carshalton in the first 8 minutes and the sublime football that we were watching, Chipstead have just got back into this game and got the equaliser. Really good bit of spell of play this for Chipstead, Mick.
Yeah, as I said earlier, their body language went sky high when they got that goal on, but goal breeds confidence.
On the 18-yard box now. Can he get a shot in now? Good position for a shot. It's going to be a shot. Wonderful goal! And Chipstead are in front. That was a really special moment. Precision finish on the edge of the 18-yard box. Again, it was O'Flaherty that was involved. Played it across. And Leigh-Liddell, who's had a really bright first 15 minutes, onto his right foot, just curled it into the top corner. Sublime finish. And the home side are ahead. It's Chipstead 2, Carshalton Athletic 1.
Fantastic finish there from Leigh-Liddell. Like I said earlier on, he's proved a real threat down this near side. And that was a superb strike from outside the box, curling right into the top corner. And there was no chance that Asai could do in the Carshalton goal. Great finish.
Yeah, well done. You picked him out, James. And I've not heard of him too much of him, so now I do. I've just marked him down on my list. I'll remember that name now.
Halfway inside the Carshalton half, and it's an opportunity for them to come forward, and it's a brilliant dinking play from Casco, who goes right into the box, and it needs the keeper to come out and claim that one. It was a delightful dinking lob from Casco, just over a couple of the Carshalton players, just overran that a little bit, and Asai managed to come out and claim it. Leigh-Liddell has the ball again, and it's on the edge of the box, and this time it will be hit low from Casco. It was a good effort as well from the edge of the box.
Yeah, well, as I said, it is a small pitch, so they've got an opportunity to get tight. They up the work rate, which they certainly have since that goal's gone in, and they've got around them, so it's not allowed Carshalton the time, whereas they just sat off them for the first 10 minutes, and obviously the quality of Carshalton would just pass round you.
Adinyai looking to get the ball into the feet of those in red, and again Chipstead get it back, and they've got a chance to come forward here with one of the goal scorers, Leigh-Liddell, and plays it to O'Flaherty on this side. He goes in towards Bell, and lovely ball, and this could be the third goal of the game for Chipstead. Keeper's down on the floor, brilliant save in the end, and it will be played out. And thought for a moment that was going to be the third goal of the game for the home side, and the keeper did well aside to get down and palm that one away, and eventually defenders helping him out, clearing the ball, and it'll be a throw to Chipstead. Corner to the visitors, and it goes to the box. It's going to be easily cleared away. It was a really poor corner, and a chance again for Chipstead to come away. And if they can win this ball, there's going to be problems because they're running through, and it's going to be Khan all the way through the middle of the pitch. What can Khan do? Onto his left foot. Khan just needed to lay it off. That was a wonderful opportunity for Chipstead, and Khan in the end couldn't get the shot away. Checked back onto his left foot, and Bell was telling him exactly what he thought of that, because he should have laid him in, Mick.
Yeah, they're not blessed with a lot of pace at the back, Carshalton. So, and they've got 3 quick guys up top from Chipstead. So any counter-attacking play, they're going to punish. Maybe, well, they could have punished him there, and he probably should have done.
Bradford drops deep to get the ball, and this is perhaps a chance to run, and Bobby Price can play it down towards Sterling Parker, who's really fortunate to get hold of that ball into the 18-yard box. Sterling Parker, a little bit of pace across the box, well defended and away from Chipstead. That was dangerous. Referee's eventually going to give a free kick, and it was Jelly that was fouled just on the edge of the box. Would be some effort to get it in. Cheadle strikes the ball. Cheadle goes for that far post, and it's cleared away, and not all the way out. Chipstead have got to clear it again. Referee's going to give a free kick, and that was a foul on Agmar.
difficult angle, but he definitely worked it in there really well. And as I said to you, if he gets sight a bit more central, it could well be in the back of the net.
Difficult to strike at goal from this side, but again, it's the edge of the 18-yard box, and he'll cross it in. It's a good cross as well. Goes all the way across, needs to be cleared, and O'Flaherty certainly making his claim for a man of the match performance in this first half with that flick away. Although the referee has said goal kick, which has baffled most people in this ground. We are just over the halfway line on the other side, so slightly difficult to see. In it comes to the box. It's flicked on by Carshalton. It's bouncing around, and the keeper needs to come out and punch this one. He does come out, and Payne eventually gets it out of the 18-yard box, but it's going to fall only as far as those in red, and another chance to get it back in, and again defending needed to be done, and Payne comes out, didn't get anywhere near that one. Onto the left foot. Payne has to tip it over the bar. It was a really good shot from Sterling Parker. Payne tips it over, and it'll be another corner to Carshalton early in this second half.
I think the change of the game plan, they're going to get the ball forward very much quicker.
In comes the corner again. Again, it's those in red that rise the highest, but this time the ball knocked out of play, and it'll be an opportunity for Chipstead just to regroup, and this is a chance now for Chipstead to take a free kick long into the 18-yard box, and they look towards Bell, who looks to take it down. He's got a lovely first touch, Bell. Almost took it down in the 18-yard box, couldn't in the end, and that's a really poor pass, and Sterling Parker's going to run onto this into the 18-yard box. What can he do? Sterling Parker onto his right foot. Can he finish? He does finish, and it's 2-2. It was a sloppy mistake from Chipstead. Sterling Parker got onto the end of it, used his pace to go into the 18-yard box, and on the right foot just slotted it home into the bottom corner, and the pressure has told. And again, in the first 8 minutes of this second half, Carshalton looked the better side, and they've got the goal. Delightful goal, though, for Sterling Parker, although it was helped by a really sloppy mistake, Mick.
It was a sloppy mistake, but he still had a lot to do, and he finished it really well.
Game on now, 2-2, 5 minutes into this second half.
They've come out with more zest, I feel. Peter's obviously got into them at half-time. They've come out with a lot more zest in their work, a lot more sprightliness.
Hamilton Downs playing a lovely ball into Sterling Parker, and they've worked their way into the box again. Carshalton onto the right foot, twist, turns, beautiful goal, and they are in front. That was something special from Tommy Bradford. They worked it well. It was Sterling Parker on this near side into the box. Bradford got it, Jinks turned onto his left foot, and it was a neat finish in the end into the bottom corner. And Carshalton Athletic showing their quality early on in this second half, and they are 3-2 up.
I sort of thought this could happen, as much as Chipstead did play very well, but there's, look at the body language now. It's going to be a long way back, I feel, for Chipstead.
Tommy Bradford there in the 18-yard box, just took a touch, looked to go on his right, went on his left, and finished it into the near post, and keeper no chance.
Absolutely no chance at all, and a real strike of quality from Tommy Bradford. And you can see now from this second half performance so far just why Carshalton are the form team in this league.
Both sides struggling to keep possession in the last 5 minutes or so. It's a lovely turn from Khan, who drives forward in the centre of the pitch, surrounded by two Carshalton players. Gets the lovely 1-2 with Tate, and Khan comes forward again. All the way onto that far side. Really good play from the midfielder there. Cross into the box, deflected, and it will be a corner kick to the home side, and they owe much of that to Sadio Khan for that run. Cheadle with the ball. Sloppy ball from Cheadle. It's intercepted by Adeji, who can run and find Tate. Lovely flick on into the 18-yard box. What can Chipstead do? All the way across. Going to finish it off. Should have finished it off. And it was Toby Adeji who started the move off. It was a delightful ball across the 6-yard box. It found Adeji, and the whole goal was gaping, and he really should have finished that off. Just hit the bar and went over. And when he looks back at that one, he's not going to be best pleased.
No, he's not, to be honest. That was a clear-cut opportunity to get back into this game, and he will look back for that and just think, I should have buried that.
No, that was delicious play. That was absolutely... Yeah, that's even better. Even better. It was very good play, and for a guy just coming on the field of play to put a quality ball in like that, it would have been a nice sort of 3 or 4 pass move.
Plenty of time for Carshalton to play the ball round in their own half, pick a few holes out. And Mikael Miller will have a little run, knocked inside to one of the goal scorers Bradford, who loses possession. And play breaks down, and this time Chipstead win the ball back and they can come forward. It's a really sloppy ball, and that was something in the first half, Mick, that they were very good at, breaking away.
Well, the left-hand side hasn't been as prominent as it was in the first half, so it's rather making me rethink my man of the match awards, but they're probably just shading it at the minute.
And this time it's Carshalton that are harrying and play the ball through to Sterling Parker. Can he get another goal? He's going to go around the keeper. He is going to get another goal. Is he? It's going to be there. It's the 4th goal for the former Chipstead player. And it was, again, a delightful finish. And again, sloppy play in the midfield from Chipstead. They were doing the pressing in the first half. It's Carshalton that are doing it all in the second half. They broke through. Wonderful ball to Sterling Parker. Just dinked the ball past the keeper and then into the empty net. And it's Chipstead 2, Carshalton 4.
Well, Dylan Gasco had the ball but slipped unfortunately under pressure by 2 of the Carshalton midfield people, and they just put a through ball in. And the guy I said at the start, Sterling Parker, straight in, another goal, well taken goal, but he should be up for today's game because it is his old team. You can understand their body language is a little bit down at the minute, but they're still, particularly McLean in the middle, has come on and given them a little bit more bite in there. Oh dear.
Oh, dearie me.
Dreadful challenge that the referee is going to have to deal with here, and you can hear by some of the noises around us that wasn't a pretty challenge at all, and the referee just taking a moment to decide what he's going to do here, and as referees usually have to do, just calming everybody down before he makes his decision and takes the player away. But that was a crunching challenge.
Reckless, I'd say. Totally.
It looked reckless from here, guys.
Yeah, it was Amgar that made the challenge.
I fancy he's only going to get a yellow because the guy's got up, but if that had connected.
A yellow card, there it is, yellow card for Amgar. I think it's our first booking of the game as well. And that's our game where we're based on Saturday as Margate take on Herne Bay in a local derby in the 3rd qualifying round of the FA Cup. So local bragging rights and plenty of money available for the winners in that one. And Sterling Parker has the ball again. This time he's been forced into the channel, does manage to get it into the box. This is another opportunity perhaps for a goal. Strike at goal, lovely save, going to come to the edge of the box. Can they finish it off? And in the end it was a tame effort from Sabamu, the edge of the box for Carshalton, but they do still have possession and perhaps another chance to get it into the 18-yard box. And defending from Chipstead is nothing short of woeful at the moment, and Carshalton still have the ball, and they've worked this really well, and eventually Chipstead will get it away. Flaherty brings his team forward again towards the impressive Leigh Liddell. Not seen too much of him in the second half, but he does manage to get the cross in all the way across the box, and again, nobody in there to finish that off. So frustrating when that happens, Mick. Brilliant cross and no one in the 6-yard box. I'm not really sure what the conversation between the referee and the linesman is, but anyway, the corner comes into the box, and I did wonder, the referee was stood next to the linesman, and Chipstead decided to take the corner. It seemed a very bizarre decision, as if the referee was going to allow the corner kick to go whilst he's standing next to the linesman.
That was a really odd one there. I don't exactly know what exactly was going on.
Perhaps a bit more intelligence you'd expect from the players down there when the referee stood next to the linesman, but nevertheless, referee back in position, and the corner does come in. Into the box it goes. It's flicked on. It's going to be a goal. It is a goal. And it's going to be one back for the home side.
Liam Harwood.
It was a delightful corner that eventually was taken, and it was knocked in on that far post. Really dangerous corner all the way across the 6-yard box. And Chipstead have a goal back. It's Chipstead 3, Carshalton 4. Could we be in for a grandstand finish in this game?
We could do, to be honest. That's a really well taken corner at the second time of asking. I bet they're very glad it was retaken again. Great delivery in and a great header there from Larwood.
Yeah, Liam Harwood in the right place at the right time. It'll be interesting to see how many players they push forward. Everybody in red, as you'd expect, behind the ball, and Tate's found a little bit of space. Can he cross it in? Manages to dink the ball in, and they've got a chance here. Chipstead referee says nothing doing. The keeper came out. He looked to clip Miller there on that far side, and the home fans screaming for a penalty. Keeper did make contact there, Mick.
He sure did, but I think he got let off the hook there a little bit. A bit more screaming. It might have swayed the referee.
With the ball at his feet, and he looking to find some room. Not a lot of room on there. Everybody in red, bar Phillips, back in that box. Maybe a chance to get it into the 18-yard box. In it goes, far too close to the keeper. Really disappointing in the end, and Asai will just kill the clock down and sit on the ball for a while.
We must give great credit to Chipstead tonight of taken place and played their part in this game, haven't they, Ben?
Yeah, they've been really good, but unfortunately for Chipstead, the game is going to end with no points. It's been really entertaining here tonight at High Road. It's been a game which has seen both sides create plenty of chances. It was Carshalton that took the lead inside the first 10 minutes. They really dominated those first 10 minutes. It was a superb team goal that put them in front, but Chipstead rallied and got themselves back into the game. Very impressive. Layla Dell scoring one of those goals. Sam Bell caused plenty of problems up front as well. In the second half, Carshalton came out with more vigour and energy and got themselves back in and ahead. Some good chances for Chipstead, especially falling to Adeji to get themselves level, but it was Carshalton who got the fourth goal. A late consolation from Harwood meant a grandstand finish for us, but it was not to be for the home side, and it's finished here. Chipstead 3, Carshalton Athletic 4. So Anthony, a thoroughly entertaining game. You more than played your part. You must be a little bit disappointed actually to not have come away with something tonight.
Yeah, massively disappointed. I think the lads are a bit deflated in there, to be honest with you. I think we've matched a very, very good side, a side that'll be in the top 4 without doubt this year. So yeah, I thought first 15 minutes they dominated us. We set off way too much, but then I thought we probably should have been outside by half time, to be honest with you. So.
We knew how Carshalton play football. They like to keep the ball and keep possession. As you say, the first 10 minutes of the game, they did that really well. It was a wonderful goal that they scored, but you got yourselves back in and were much the better side in the final 30 minutes of that first half.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we know we played them obviously twice last year, and we've done the double over them last year, so we know exactly how they set themselves up. I've known Peter for years, so I know how he's going to get his sides playing. But that's the difference between the very top sides and sides like ourselves that just under the rubber green, not taking their chances. They've taken their chances tonight, and we didn't first half.
And in the second half, 3-2 down, they got themselves back into the game, but you had a really good chance on the edge of the 6-yard box to come level, and that was really disappointing because Carshalton then went and scored.
Yeah, clinical. Again, missing chances in big moments, but then I thought we gifted them 2 very, very soft goals. So the first one, Matty's played back, and he should have actually played forward, and Dylan's got caught in the middle of midfield, and they've got pace everywhere. So if you give them space as well, they'll exploit that massively.
Some great performances in your side, especially in that first half, so plenty to build on for the rest of the season.
Yeah, massively. I think, well, that's our second defeat in 8 games. So considering the start that we had, I think, we're still missing 6 or 7 tonight. So I think, there's plenty for us to build on, and no doubt, I think, the boys will take, although we lost the game, we'll take massive spirit for the way that, the way we competed against a very good side, actually.
So, Peter, great win, fantastic game tonight, but you were made to work for that.
Yeah, that's football. 1-0 up, 2-1 down, 4-2 up, and then 4-3 at the end. Picking up a win was really important off the back of 2 defeat and a draw on Saturday, so it was nice to be back to winning ways.
And you started the game well. It was a sublime first goal, which involved almost all of the team and keeping the ball for what seemed like an age inside the first 8 minutes. And you went 1-0 up, but Chipstead really came back at you then with a real direct style of play, and the 3 guys that they had up front caused you a few problems in the first half.
Yeah, they did. I mean, to be honest with you, I feel we're a little bit lucky to only go in 2-1 down. They had a few great opportunities to actually extend their lead, but they didn't take it, and luckily for us, although 2-1 at half time, we were able to get the boys inside, adjust a few things, and obviously came out second half and managed to get 3 goals quite quickly. So yeah, that's quite pleasing that the boys were able to actually take on board the instructions given and applied it in the second half.
And you mentioned adjusting and instructions given. Was it a case of having to go a little bit to plan B with the way Chipstead were playing?
It was a little bit. Obviously we're known for passing and keeping the ball, and what they did was sort of sit off us and congest the midfield. So we had to nullify that by going a little bit longer, and at the same time not being as open as we were in the first half, inviting them onto us and leaving a little bit of space in behind them so we could counter. And if you saw, I think 2 of our 3 goals came from balls, were gifted one, and the other one slid in behind them, which our plan effectively worked second half.
And it was a tight end to the game, as you mentioned. They got that goal back and had a couple of chances. But we said at half-time, it's games like this when you want to be at the top of the table, that perhaps on a Tuesday night when you come to Chipstead, that you really see whether your team will have it for the rest of the season and be up there at the end.
Well, that's exactly it. Just said to the boys at the end, we weren't good tonight for our levels. But the important thing is to pick up 3 points when you're not playing well. Tuesday night away from home, Chipstead. These are the games where you can end up losing or drawing when you're expected to win, and what we've managed to do is not play well and still pick up 3 points.
Raheem, I've made you the Bostik man of the match today. Excellent goals, fantastic play. What do you got to say?
Well, I'm very happy with being involved in all four goals and stuff. Keeping my goal scoring run going is good, but the main thing was obviously the 3 points which we got. We're just trying to keep our unbeaten run going, and we've done that.
Can you tell all our listeners and viewers your background, where you come from? I particularly sort of know, but our viewers would like to know.
In terms of background, what do you mean?
Well, where you played and how you
I
Carshalton?
I was here last season and played quite well against Carshalton, scored 2 as well, and I've come back and done the exact same. So, yeah, that's the story. I was at Chipstead last season.
No other clubs before Chipstead?
No, well, I'm not the actual Raheem Sterling, if you think.
Oh, well, fair enough.
A few other clubs, but
right, okay.
Last
We
season
just
I was
want to
at
find out
Chipstead.
your background. We like to get in
Chipstead.
depth.
I've been at Harrow Borough, Enfield Town.
Right,
came up
okay.
through Borough Wood Youth.
Great.
But this is like last season was like my first season really coming through in the senior level.
So what's the target this year on the goals?
40.
40 goals?
Yeah.
Wow. So
I've
Peter's got you on a big goal bonus then, has he?
No, I wish. I wish.
Right. Last and not least, how far are Carshalton going to go this year? Are they going to make the playoffs?
We're trying to win it. We don't want to make the playoffs, we want to win it outright, so there's no pressure on us, because playoffs, anyone can win. We're going to try and get there as soon as possible.
Clunis is tracking back and wins it back really well, Clunis. Now for Boachi Yadam, cynical from Uade. Dulwich fans are expectant for him to deliver something. Can score from this sort of range. Brilliant! Oh, that is sensational! I said he can score from that sort of range. There is the proof. Typical Ashley Carew free kick. Keeper got a touch into the top corner. Dulwich needed something from somewhere, and boy did Carew provide it. He's done it for fun during his time here, and that's another one straight out the top drawer from the talismanic number 10. Not a big run up. Minter, I think, got a touch, but can only put it into the back of the net. Ashley Carew with another stun up.
In the Bostik Premier Division, there were wins for Hendon and Needham Market. It was also a positive night for Lowestoft Town, who beat Thurrock 1-0. Tonbridge Angels recorded a home win against Dorking Wanderers, but it was disappointment for Harrow Borough, who were narrowly defeated by Dulwich Hamlet. In the Bostik North, the game of the night was at Brentwood Town as the visitors Maldon and Tiptree came away with a 5-2 victory, and it was also a good night for Bowers and Pitsea as they won 3-0 away at Tilbury. There were goals galore in the Bostik South as Corinthian Casuals scored 5 in an emphatic win over promotion rivals South Park. A dramatic game at Greenwich Borough ended with the home side drawing 3-3 with Wharton Casuals, and it was also a high-scoring game at Thamesmead as they beat Phoenix Sports 3-2. 7 goals this evening and probably the most entertaining game we've had so far. All to play for the rest of the year for Carshalton as they look towards the Bostik Premier Division. And for Chipstead, a brilliant first half performance, and I'm sure they want to push on in the league this season. Next up for us, it's FA Cup action on Saturday as we see Margate against Herne Bay.